No, that's wrong. Dixie Diamonds 108. Cooktown, Mets 624. I remain telepathically tied with Cauchon at the weakest level, Balloony said to his octet of primary allies. So it remains imperative that none of you speak once I begin sharing what he is experiencing. You will see, hear, feel, etc. what he does, but you must try not to respond in any way to what he is doing, and you must not speak while we are experiencing secondhand what is occurring. If you respond, you may alert him to our presence, and if you speak, you will reveal my powers of telepathy. Octet, noun, a group of 8 people or things. Do any of you feel unable to remain silent no matter what you observe? There's no shame in admitting this now. If in doubt, please bow out. I'll reconnect once we're clear of Cauchon's thoughts. Balloony paused, then said, Here we go. Silence begins now. Through Balloony's powers of telepathy, Cheeky, Edward, Elizabeth, Jerald, Joey, Karen, Molly, and Paul stepped through another locked door and experienced what Pierre Cauchon experienced. Seeing, hearing, feeling, but not reading Cauchon's thoughts, as Balloony provided his observation-only mode to his friends. The room Cauchon entered was vastly larger than the 2 holding cells where Rosier and Habanera were held. The room housed half a dozen occupied desks, along with computers and closed-circuit television cameras that provided views of various exterior locations as well as views of the holding cells inside the DGSE fortress. A woman half sat, half leaned against her desk, waiting in apparent impatience for Cauchon's arrival. Closing the door behind him, Cauchon said to her, What do you think, Madame de Saint-Remy? Truthy, one might say? An apt observation, Jean de Saint-Remy replied with a half-smile and small nod. I believe some of her proclamations more than others, including that she is Rosier's underling and helper rather than co-conspirator. We're setting up the computer and modem in cell 15 rather than here. No need to rub their noses in the fact that they are being observed, unless doing so would provide us with greater leverage. Saint-Remy continued. She seems both intelligent and smart enough to know she is being watched. I contacted Willie Alley in Brisbane and asked him to intercept Brancy's helicopter and send an ASIO agent, or at least the local constabulary, to the address of the Karen block. Alley promised he'd see what he could do. What is your gut feeling about espionage? Do you think they're trying to sell classified information, or is there at least some truth to this outlandish story? I don't yet have an opinion concerning international espionage for personal gain, but I do believe that Rosier believes much of what he has been sent to him, and that Habanera believes Rosier. My plan is to continue working one against the other, especially the girl. If Rosier was being truthful concerning their relationship, I cannot imagine her being willing to go to prison for him. If they can demonstrate the validity of their tracker and can change its frequency, that would go a long way in convincing me that while they are absolutely in violation of the law, that they are dupe spies rather than willing ones. Agreed, Saint-Remy said, nodding. When you collect Rosier, you will not tell him why, correct? Absolutely not, Cauchon exclaimed with a gleam in his eyes. I'll handcuff him, grab him by the collar, and bring him to the computer in cell 15, where we will have Habanera waiting. I will be brusque to the point of producing fear. What agent will be our computer expert? I'm leaning quite heavily on that being me. I'll play good cop, you play bad, no? Wonderful, Cauchon said with a huge grin. We will also play the isolate and separate under veiled threat routine. On Little Miss? But of course, Saint-Remy said with a laugh. Nodding and smiling, Cauchon said, and I will bring her water.